Hi, it's Beth from Restyled Pieces Boutique. Today's makeover minutes is on my own workbench. I'm so embarrassed when I do videos and the top of my workbench is just nasty and has paint and stain and all kinds of things all over it. So I'm going to sand that down, fill in the little holes that are in the workbench because I don't like those, top coat it and make it look nice. So if you want to watch this makeover, stay tuned. So here it is. I've had this for several years and a little abuse going on there. I understand. It has lots of spills and drips of paint and stain and things. I even have it a little bit on the drawers and on the legs. I'm pretty messy when I get going. But I wanted to get this all sanded off, so I started out with my Festool. I initially started with a 120 grit, and that didn't seem like it was cutting it very well. So I went to an 80 grit with my first pass, and then I went to a 120 grit and a 180 grit for a nice smooth finish on this. So I was going to plug in all the holes. There's some holes on the top, but I decided instead of filling those in, they have a use to prop up things on your workbench and such. But I didn't know if I was for sure going to keep this or not. And so there's one of them right there, one of the holes, couple of the holes. So I just kept those open, and because if I sell it, I want it to be in the same condition it was in pretty much when I bought it. I even had the couple places where I tried out my ink stamp, Restyled Pieces Boutique. So that came off pretty easily as well. Look at that beautiful grain, and I'm just smoothing it off. I'm doing the flat parts of these drawers still with my Festool, but then I get my Surf Prep with these great Ushy Gushy foam pads, and it just goes around the curves and those handles so well. So I did use my Festool Orbital, and now I'm using my Surf Prep 3x5 Ray electric sander, and I just love it. Pair that with my Festool dust extractor that I got adapters for, and it fits on both of my sanders for a pretty close to dust-free sanding. I got the whole thing sanded down. It's looking beautiful, but I need to protect it. So I'm going to use Farmhouse Paint Pro products. I'm using a clear coat in satin, and I'm going to do 3 coats on this piece. I want it to be protected. I want to be able to wipe some of that paint off at times when I spill it. So I've got a little left in a can and another can, full can, and I just want to make sure I stir that up really well, get everything out from the bottom, make sure it's evenly distributed, and I do strain my paint and my top coats through a filter so that it gets out any globs or little imperfections. And now I'm spraying with my Fuji Q5 Platinum Sprayer. So like I said, I'm going to do 3 coats. Each of these coats dried very quickly. It was about 75 degrees this day and 40% humidity, so pretty low humidity. It dried fairly quickly, and I was able to get those dry. I did a little light sanding with a little 220 sponge in between each coat, not on the last coat though. Loving the satin sheen. Beautiful finish. On that last coat, after it dries thoroughly, like the next day, I usually take a brown paper bag and I rub it across the surface, makes it nice and smooth. Because it had those big holes in the top, I did tape up the drawers and I taped up the holes. I just pulled it out after I was finished, pulled out that tape under the holes, And then I could make the decision if I was going to sell it or keep it. I think I'm keeping it for a little while and then we'll see. So what do you think? I hope the top of my workbench looks this good for quite a while, hoping a few months anyway. I'm glad you've joined me today. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, just hit that bell button so you'll get notified when videos come out. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.